I am Mani. Today I will talk about how to run multiple OcNOS VMs in EVE-NG. EVE-NG is a multi-vendor network emulation software. I will take you through 4 simple steps. First, we will be installing EVE-NG VM on an ESXi hypervisor. We'll also install the EVE-NG client-side pack, which is needed for telnet console access from your laptop. Then we will be installing Linux server and OcNOS VMs inside EVE-NG. From that point onwards, we will be using the user interface, which is a browser user interface for EVE-NG. We will set up BGP and L3 VPN topology, and we will configure the nodes. Finally, we will verify the BGP and L3 VPN functionalities. To get started, you need 3 things. The first one, you need to download a quick start guide and other files. This is the URL. URL takes you here where you download OcNOS VM image quick start guide that goes through step by step how you can progress and other files. Second, you need a ESXi server with running version vSphere 6.5 or later to install EVE-NG VM. Third, you need your Windows or Mac laptop. You will access the browser as user interface to EVE-NG. I will now take you through 4 simple steps to run multiple OcNOS VMs in EVE-NG. First, we will be installing EVE-NG VM on a ESXi server. Also, you will install client-side pack that is needed to access console of the switches, from your laptop. Second, you will install Linux server VM and OcNOS VM inside EVE-NG. Then we are going to use the user interface, which is browser. So using the EVE-NG user interface, we are going to create a topology and configure switches and servers for testing BGP and L3 VPN on EVE-NG. Then we will verify the functionality. Here is the process to install EVE-NG VM and client-side pack. You will follow the quick start guide for this. You will download the OVF image and import into the ESXi server. These are the specs for EVE-NG VM running on ESXi vSphere server. Please note, the server needs to support nested VM. So within EVE-NG VM, we are going to run OcNOS VMs and server VMs. All this explained in the guide. Next, you are going to configure the EVE-NG VM, which is an interactive wizard. So here is one example. It's asking, can I use DHCP or static? And you select DHCP. So now we are going to install Linux server inside EVE-NG. These are by using simple Linux commands. We are going to download the VM image, and we are going to copy the image into EVE-NG VM using either SCP or WinSCP. Then we log into EVE-NG and install Ubuntu server. So this might mean like a big thing, but it's few Linux CLI commands which are given in the quick start guide. Here is the quick start guide. Download, copy the image, log into the server, and perform a simple Linux command. So this is what is involved in installing Linux server. Same thing for OcNOS VM. All the steps are given here. Next, we are going to install OcNOS VM inside EVE-NG. These are the steps. We have already installed EVE-NG. Now we are going to use our browser user interface and access EVE-NG. That's where we are going to set the topology. So all the instructions given in quick start guide, we are going to create 5 OcNOS switches and 2 Linux servers. Here is the topology. We are going to stop all the nodes after we create, because in the community EVNG VM version, all the nodes need to be stopped before you can connect between devices. So we stop it and then we connect the nodes as per the topology, then start all nodes. It is like simple click, drag and drop, right click and then connect between devices. It is explained well in the quick start guide. After that, you start all nodes. When you double click on the switch, you will get a telnet console in which you can log in and perform the configuration. Similarly, on the server, if you double click, it gives you a VNC console where you can do the same thing. Now, the configuration is given in zip file. You unzip it and take the CSR configuration and copy it to the CSR console in configuration mode, save it, and then you copy running config into startup config. That's how you create the configuration and save it. Next, we are going to verify BGP and L3 VPN functionality. So we are going to generate traffic from one server going across all the OcNOS nodes to the other server on the other side on the test verf. So here is the command. So this is only one example I'm showing here, but there are a lot of verification commands given in the quick start guide. I double clicked on the server, got the VNC console. Here I'm going to run the command that is given, and you can see traffic is going from end to end. So now you can try other verification commands as given in the quick start guide. Once you verify BGP and L3 VPN functionality, these are the things that you can do as next step. You can extend the lab to test your own requirement by configuring features that you need. You can create your own topology by adding more OcNOS nodes or changing existing OcNOS nodes in the topology. You can even change connections the way you want to configure in your lab, and you can change configuration and test. Take a test drive and see how easy it is to use OcNOS for yourself.